Yeah, it was a miserable afternoon in the rain for United fans. They saw their team lose 3-0 at home to the Cherries for a second year in a row since Amorim took over at United. The Red Devils have soared up the Premier League table, going from 14th all the way up to 13th. It means Amorim has won 4 and lost 4 of his first 9 games in charge. United will spend Christmas in the bottom half of the table for the first time, Darren Bent, since 1989. That is damning.
So that's obviously lowest ever in Premier League history.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well done. Amorim spoke. This is going to be horrible for me. Amorim spoke to the media afterwards and admitted there's a real anxiety at Old Trafford at the moment.
The result is a tough day for our fans, for our players, for all staff, for all the club. It's really hard as a club, Manchester United, no matter what context, to lose 3-0 is really, really tough. Since the first moment, the first goal kick, you feel the anxious, the supporters are anxious, the players are anxious. It's a really, really hard moment, but we have to face it. And we already knew that is a difficult moment, but we will try to win the next match.
One of the questions I'm going to be asking United fans, have Manchester United improved in those 9 games? Have you seen anything, United fans, that makes you go, oh, okay, I'm optimistic?
Not really. I think there's been a few improvements in certain players. Maybe Ahmed looked really good. I think Rasmus Højlund, he's at a point where you just go, right, he's my centre forward, just play him every single week.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
What has he seen in Xerxes? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Well, Xerxes is a 10 for me, but I mean, it just looked good. And look at the fixtures you've had. I thought when he came in, I thought, do you know what?
Nice run. I remember you saying it.
Yeah, I remember thinking, nice run.
Yeah.
I mean, they've kept 1 clean sheet, and that was against Everton. And the only team that have scored less goals than Everton are Southampton, who are rock bottom. And that's the only clean sheet that Manchester United have kept. The Ipswich Town in the first game, I thought, okay, I would have seen a bit more.
Too early.
Okay, then Bodo Glimt. At times, I think you were losing that in one.
Good team,
win
mate.
3-2.
In Lord of the Rings, they were tough.
You beat Everton, then you got beat by Arsenal, beat by Forest at home. Where you go, but Forest to fly.
Yeah, but still.
Then you beat that Victoria Pleasant. Pleasant.
Tough team.
You beat City and you go,
smash them.
Here we go, right?
But you're beating an awful City side at the moment.
And then you get beat by Spurs, who at the minute you're conceding goals for fun.
Yeah.
And then Bournemouth at home. I would have expected, and it's far too early to kind of say, oh my goodness, he's not good enough. That's just ridiculous. But I would have thought I would have seen more in these, where I go, like a passage of play, and you go, yes. That's what
you've been working on, yeah.
I still don't.
Yeah,
and even and again, you said it yourself there. Some of the team selection as well, I'm a bit like Rasmus Højlund's ready to go now. Just play him.
Just play him. Simple as that. Maguire, I still never got. He's too slow, I think.
Yeah.
He's better in a 3, but I just don't think he's the future.
I think for Manchester United to move forward, Maguire is solid, but I don't think you're going to go to the next level. You know what Harry Maguire is. And fair play to him, because even when he's been going for a bad spell, he's still like, do you know what? He's never once come out and said something like, do you know what? Need a new challenge. He's gone, nope. I'm staying here. I'm going to fight for my place. And fair play to him.
James is a United fan. Hi, James. How are you?
Hi, both.
How are you? Happy Christmas.
Good. Yeah, Merry Christmas to both of you and your
Merry
family.
Christmas, mate.
Thank you,
you
man.
too, mate.
Thanks. What would you like to say?
I've seen little glimpses, mostly in the European games. His in-game management is clearly better.
Yeah.
Where he changes tactics in games, that's undoubtable versus Ten Hag. But I am a little bit frustrated with the fact that he clearly wants to play a certain system, but he doesn't have the players in our squad to play that system or anywhere near. So I would have thought he would think, right, well, I'll change it just till January and try and get some points on the board and some confidence back. But he seems to be persisting with that system, even though he doesn't have the players
James,
to play
I don't know if you're like braking heavily in a very big lorry, but there's a lot of noise coming through when you speak.
Sorry, is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's a bit better, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I get that. Do you know, though, I get that though, James, and you're probably right. But he's probably coming in and he's thinking, well, do you know what? At some point, I have to make these players start to understand that this is the system I want to play and who's willing to play in that position. So it's a difficult one for him as well, because he wants to get off the possible very, very good start. Just say that. But at the same time, he knows full well that unless the board are going to give him time, because surely they would have known him playing this system, it wasn't going to be an overnight fix. It's going to take a lot, maybe 2 or 3 windows before you start to see his team really.
Agreed. Yeah, I get that, but I just would have I don't know whether I just would have expected more. I wouldn't, we haven't really had the new manager bounce that you would usually have.
No, I get that, James. One James to another. Not the best line, but hopefully the next James will be better. Hello, James. Oh, it's even worse. Hello, James. Oh, he's not there. Let's go to Darren. Hello, Darren.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
talkSPORT. Hello. Andy,
Hello, Darren.
Ben.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Hello. Yeah, what it is, mate? What I'm thinking, all the pressure's on Rashford. But obviously, we've returned to a decent cup side, and that's why we are in the league. But we played well against Manchester City. Well, people say they was vulnerable to beat, but they probably weren't vulnerable to beat because on the down there was due a win anyway, obviously. But I think Amorim, obviously, he needs, like the other quarter said, he needs at least 2 or 3 wins because it seems like we're falling like 5 years behind Liverpool at the minute. It hurts to watch, you see.
Yeah, it's difficult. I do think Amorim's got some big decisions to make because it's all well and good him coming in, but he's got things like, when you look at Arteta, for instance, when he first came in, it took him a while to get going. I mean, won the FA Cup, but 2 8th place finishes. He had to get out people like Aubameyang, Ozil. He had to make some big decisions before you go, okay, I see what he's trying to do. Now, if that's what Manchester United are prepared to do with Amorim, then you're going to have to give him time. You're going to have teething problems.
I don't think there's any question as to whether or not we'll give him time.
So even if you've not seen anything yet, you've just got to
just wait.
Wait and wait. Judging maybe after a year, 2 years. He needs.
Is this season irrelevant? United finished 15th. Is that irrelevant?
I wouldn't say irrelevant because it's Manchester United Football Club, but in terms of his job, it should be.
James is a United fan. Hopefully we can hear him now. James.
Hi Andy, hi Venti, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Jimmy. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Merry Christmas.
And to you too. Is it happy or Merry Christmas? I never know which is right.
Personal preference, I think.
Okay. Why do you prefer Merry over happy?
I feel like happy is happy birthday. Merry is just slightly different.
Okay, it's been used. Yeah, I won't argue with that. What would you like to say then, James?
Yeah, so to be honest, like the last few years have completely destroyed me with United. I'm so negative, but I do generally think there are slight signs of improvement with Amorim in terms of structure and playing style and how actually controlling possession and looking a bit better in games, because under Ten Hag it was chaotic, it was a mess. Teams were just walking through us. But what the big problem now, and you could go back through all the games, but if we just concentrate on Bournemouth and then Spurs, it's just awful individual mistakes defensively. Like the goals from Bournemouth on Saturday, Mazraoui's been really good so far this season, but awful tackle for the penalty, stupid decision.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Awful. Malacia, the free kick he gave away for that first goal, the guy was going out of play, just usher him out for a throw, no need for the foul, and then the guy's got a free header, he's like a few feet off him, and then the third goal, Bruno, stupid ball as usual, gives it away, then Cobby, really casual, gives it away, and then just a cutback, Martinez again, miles off the menu for the cutback, so he's got an easy tap in, and then the Spurs goals, like Martinez again, just cushion the ball back to Kulusevski for the second, keeper Howler for the first, and the direct from the corner for the fourth. And up front as well, we just haven't got the quality in the final third. Bruno's not good enough. Ahmad's raw, but showing sides. Højlund.
I think he's been good though, Ahmed. I think Ahmed's been good, and I think Højlund, once he gets a run of games, I think he will score goals.
Why is he not getting a run of games?
Maybe the manager wants to look at different things. Maybe he's literally putting everyone on trial. But I mean, I'm intrigued to see what he does, because he's right. The last caller, James, I think it was James, was talking about...
Yeah, everyone was called James, I think.
Individual mistakes. But how do you eradicate that? The only way, if they're going to keep making the same mistakes, the only way you eradicate that is by getting rid of them and getting another one in. So that's why I think it's going to take him a couple of transfer windows.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.